Some skills just seem to unlock everything else. Today on the Deep Dive, we're exploring one of the biggest, the English language. And we've got a fantastic source that really gets to the heart of it. It's a candid conversation between two friends, Amit and Rahul, sharing their personal journeys with learning English. We're diving into their experiences to really understand why English has become such a critical gateway language, not just in theory, but in the surprising ways it shapes real lives. We'll uncover their challenges, their breakthroughs, and the practical steps they actually took.
Yeah, and what's fascinating here, building on what you said, is how this isn't just abstract, right? This conversation really lays bare the tangible impact of language proficiency on everyday life. From career paths to simply accessing information, we're looking at why their journey matters and, well, how it might resonate with your own experiences.
Okay, so Rahul called English a gateway. What did that actually mean for them, like in practical terms?
Well, the source gives us some really concrete examples that paint a picture. Amit initially wondered why everyone made such a big deal about English, But then he recalls an interviewer for a customer service job focusing almost exclusively on his English fluency.
Wow.
Yeah, despite his technical skills. And Rahul had a similar sort of wake-up call. He was trying to join an international company, and better English communication was basically a non-negotiable requirement.
That's a pretty stark example, isn't it? Technical skills just sidelined for language proficiency. So if English is indeed a basic requirement, as Amit put it, what does that reveal? I mean, about the underlying power dynamics of global communication and opportunity. It's almost less about knowing the language and more about gaining a passport to a different reality.
Exactly. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's not just about those obvious doors jobs or social inclusion. Amit and Rahul really highlight how learning English dramatically improved their access to information. Think about it. Most scientific research, cutting-edge technology updates, a lot of international news, it's often published in English first. Rahul even noted it changed his entire perspective, made him feel more connected to the world, he said, and able to learn things he simply couldn't before. It's about expanding your entire intellectual universe.
But of course, a gateway isn't just about what's on the other side, is it? It's about the journey to get there. And Amit and Rahul's path, well, it was certainly full of its own hurdles. Amit, for instance, felt incredibly nervous and lacked confidence in that job interview. Right. And he even mentioned his younger brother laughing at his accent when he first tried speaking English with family. That must have stung.
Oh, absolutely. That truly highlights a universal hurdle in language learning, doesn't it? That paralyzing fear of making mistakes and the quest for perfect textbook grammar. But Amit and Rahul's breakthrough came when they realized that in real-world communication, clarity, just conveying your idea, it trumps grammatical perfection. Rahul even pointed out that native speakers, well, they often bend or break strict grammar rules in everyday conversation.
That's true.
So the shift in mindset from striving for flawless accuracy to prioritizing clear communication and, importantly, confidence is absolutely crucial for progress. Without it, you just stay stuck.
And they also touched on the limitations of traditional learning methods. Amit specifically wished their education system had emphasized spoken English more. He observed that they often memorized grammar rules but never learned how to have a natural conversation.
Right.
And that fundamental gap, that feeling of being academically prepared but conversationally just frozen, that's what really pushed them towards self-study, towards finding their own way.
So, okay, when faced with those challenges, what do they actually do to break through? Rahul started with something that seems simple but is incredibly effective, consistent exposure, just reading English newspapers, watching English news.
And he explicitly noticed he was picking up new words and phrases naturally after just a few months. That kind of organic acquisition, almost without realizing it, it's a powerful learning mechanism.
And that's often the magic, isn't it? Just consistent exposure to authentic language rather than only isolated grammar drills. It seems to, wire the brain to recognize patterns and absorb vocabulary without explicit memorization. It turns learning into an experience almost. Amit then tried a language learning app. He spent, 30 minutes practicing vocabulary and grammar daily, which clearly helped him feel more comfortable.
Sure. Apps can be useful structure.
Yeah, but Rahul really emphasized that practicing speaking is the single most important part for building confidence and fluency.
Absolutely.
You can know all the rules, right? But if you can't speak, you can't really connect.
Exactly. And they absolutely leverage the power of the internet. I mean, it offers a near infinite array of resources that traditional classrooms can't always provide. Rahul mentioned endless resources, YouTube videos, podcasts, online courses.
All that stuff, yeah. But a particularly insightful method he shared, which really takes courage, was joining an online Zoom group with people from different countries, specifically to practice speaking.
How interesting.
He admitted it was intimidating at first, but everyone was incredibly supportive. And he gained so much more than just language skills he learned about different cultures firsthand. It's like active immersion, even from a distance.
That's such a smart move. I can see why Amit was inspired by that, seeing it as a direct way to overcome my fear of speaking in front of strangers.
Yeah.
That's huge. And another powerful yet often overlooked strategy Rahul shared was simply writing a daily journal in English.
Mm-hmm. The journaling.
Yeah, he found this helped dramatically improve both his vocabulary and his sentence structure. It gave him sort of low-pressure way to experiment with language and solidify what he was learning.
And as we delve deeper into their conversation, it becomes, well, abundantly clear that for Amit and Rahul, learning English wasn't just about ticking boxes or acquiring a new skill for a resume. Amit articulated it so well. It transcended mere skill acquisition. It was profoundly about self-growth.
Self-growth, that's a powerful idea.
Yeah.
What exactly did Rahul mean when he elaborated on that? How did this self-growth manifest for them? Beyond just better job prospects or being able to watch a movie without subtitles.
Well, Rahul really brought it to life. He described it as about expressing yourself confidently, connecting with people worldwide, and accessing knowledge they couldn't before.
Right.
It sounds like it's about a fundamental shift in how they saw themselves in the world, moving from maybe a limited perspective, maybe even feeling left out, as Amit mentioned earlier.
Yeah, he did say that.
To one where the entire global conversation was suddenly open to them. It's almost like a philosophical transformation wrapped up in a language lesson. And a truly inspiring point from their conversation, which I think resonates broadly, is that it's never too late to start, no matter your age or your background.
It is incredibly inspiring, that never too late message. But let's be real, for someone listening who has demanding work or family commitments, that can still feel like a monumental task.
Okay.
Did Amit and Rahul touch on how they managed to carve out that time or keep that motivation alive through the inevitable plateaus and frustrations?
They absolutely did. And that's where the beauty of their friendship really comes in, They decided to actively help each other stay motivated, reminding each other of this bigger purpose, this self-growth and global connection whenever discouragement crept in. Which it always does, right?
Nice.
So this really reinforces the idea that dedication and consistent practice truly make a difference, especially when you have a clear why. And as their conversation concludes, no effort is ever wasted on this kind of journey. It all adds up.
We've just journeyed through what seems like a simple conversation between friends, but as we've seen, it illuminates some really profound truths about language, opportunity, personal transformation. English isn't merely a subject to be learned in a classroom. It's a dynamic, empowering tool. It enables individuals to truly connect, to access these vast reservoirs of knowledge, and to grow personally in our ever more interconnected world.
Yeah, this deep dive really reveals that while the journey to language proficiency can be challenging, definitely, the rewards extend far beyond just, communication. It prompts us, I think, to consider the continuous evolving and often surprising role of language, or really any fundamental skill in shaping our lives and our understanding of the world around us.
So what stands out to you from Amit and Rahul's insightful journey? As you reflect on their story, maybe consider how proficiency in any gateway skill in your own life could be a language, could be coding, maybe even a creative discipline. How might that similarly transform your access to opportunities and your understanding of the world, perhaps in surprising and deeply personal ways?